Welcome to episode 35 of our Nationalist China playthrough. The game has backed out on me several times now, so this is yet another attempt at recording this, I think the third or the fourth. So in case something goes wrong, you might just see it. Alright, this is also why I'm vaguely familiar with what's going on right now. We do have the interceptors here, they are fine. We do have these interceptors here. We have established some sort of, say, contest in airspace at this point, over Japan. Our bombers do not get intercepted all the time anymore, it seems, which is good. We do have tactical bombers here that do some sort of strategic bombing. I think we can reallocate them to a more aggressive pattern, let's say. Bombing everything here. There's also tactical bombers over here in Dalian. They do attack these units over here. I don't think that's needed anymore, necessarily. They are out of range to bomb the Japanese mainland, though. So, from that perspective, maybe let's move them over here. Then we have interceptors in Hanoi. We have these naval bombers here that don't do anything. So let's move them up here too. There's tactical bombers flying over Japan right now. We have these tactical bombers over here. I think as far as I'm aware, they have some problems doing the logistical bombardment down here. We'll give them a few provinces to bomb. Well, if I get to control the user interface in a reasonable manner, that is. We just want to cut the supplies here. So let them bomb wherever it seems useful. That was the Fedbury tactical bombers. Then we have interceptors in here. That's basically a no-brainer. We just want to intercept whatever's going on here. We have naval bombers down here. They seem to find an awful lot of targets, so we will keep them here. That's also pretty clear, I think. Because there is enough ports around here, and this all needs to be supplied by ship. Oh yeah, so there's that. We have naval bombers in Fusu. As you can see, they've been in a pretty bad state, but they still find ships to hit, so I guess we keep them there. There's interceptors in Kunming, not much to say. And we have multi-role fighters down here. I don't think they need to be down here anymore. We relocated them from Indochina, because Indochina seemed to have supply problems. So we'll relocate them maybe here. To Busan in southern Korea. There's also stuff going on here in India. It's more or less done. We more or less resolved the overall militia situation. Now we just need to resolve the revolt risk situation too. And for this I want to relocate some of these HQs. So, in case you're wondering, this is basically me doing the same all over again, given that I did it 2 or 3 times now, prior to the game bugging out on me. I barely made it to the 20-minute mark. Yeah. There's also some stuff going on up here, and last but by no means least, we need something to be built. So we will put in an additional run of tactical bombers here, and we will put in an additional run of, that's wrong, an additional run of naval bombers. And also maybe some infrastructure, and the infrastructure argument is pretty easy to comprehend. We do build some sort of route here, all the way to Mandalay. But from Mandalay, going forward, we will need to have some sort of supply route going down here. Towards, what's it, Saigon? No. Singapore, sure. Yeah. This is me being brilliant in terms of geographical knowledge. Yeah, all the way down to Singapore though. We want to build, we want to have some infrastructure there. So we'll go to Rangoon first. And that should help And then later on, maybe we can extend this. But for now, we have enough production going on, so this is fine. This is the usual attack that will finish. There's also a fleet here. In fact, there's 2 fleets here. And they don't do much. I want to do some convoy raiding with them. So I will rebase them closer to the Japanese border now. I might regret this, but we'll see how it goes. And in terms of technology, well, we can have additional research. I will put in the technologies for the strategic bombers, even though we didn't produce any just yet. And maybe also here. The heavy bomber stuff. And I will reduce the amount of leadership that goes into officers right now. The one into diplomacy can be reduced very much. We're fine with this. And the espionage, yeah, we can keep that for a while, but it's not really needed. So let's put it down to 3 or something like this. Infrastructure in Wuming has been completed, that's fine. And Guatemala wants energy? Sure. Why not? So, given that we relocated a lot of these forces, let's have a look at them again. Yeah, they've been busy. And apparently they're bombing industry as well as the resource production. These tactical bombers are not in a state... Well, maybe we want to keep them back for a while, let them be repaired, and then start bombing the... Okay. There's an underground resistance that got completed in Mergui. Mergui is here, so we will just relocate this HQ. And hope that they can suppress this. Where was I? These bombers would need some repairs, and they also need some upgrades. After getting those upgrades, they might have a good chance of doing some strategic bombing. We might as well use them now though. Why not? And it seems like they hit some stuff. So they accomplished some goals here. And hopefully they can be repaired along the way. That's a lot of theoretical research that we put into the queue right now. I'll just keep it in, because this theoretical research avoids future decline of the theories. I probably could have dealt with that a bit earlier. It's not like this playthrough will go for another 10 years, but we don't have much else to research. We can obviously do some research prior to being, I guess, on point with respect to the schedule. Maybe put some counter-espionage in here. Definitely put some counter-espionage here. Romania is part of the Axis. We should probably not hurt them anymore. But yeah, so overall that's it. And I think these started out at 59 or something. Yeah, they're sitting at 58.5 now. So within a few days, we cost them quite a lot in terms of national unity. Same with the British. They will go down piece by piece. I'm thinking the repair rate would be really important. We can definitely afford this, but it would take us a long time to research it. I also feel inclined to build additional destroyers, but the engine is still not ready. It won't take forever though. Destroyer engine here at the 5th of August, so let's keep it out of the production queue for now. There's a garrison division, not sure what to do with it. Obviously we can just put it at the border here. Or maybe even to India, come to think of it. There do not seem to be additional supply problems in India these days. One garrison per harbor is probably not enough though. So let's try with a second one here. That's good. As a garrison brigade, we will just put it into any garrison corps. Really. There's so many garrison corps that still lack their respective brigades. So I guess we can do something like this too. Just build additional garrisons. Alright. Intel seems to be pretty bad. No, not Intel. The espionage area seems to be pretty bad right now. So I will reduce the officer ratio even more. Or not the ratio is perfect. But the production. And I will ramp up production of espionage here. Again. The technologies are not that important for current research. I don't think they are needed at all. So. Oh, the bomber's doing. Yeah, I like that. I mean, look at that. How much industrial capacity is that? Well, these values are pretty bad proxy. 51 base. That's not that much anymore. Cruiser warfare, sure. Let's get rid of this. And also, as I was saying, I might regret this. But we can probably send them hunting for convoys now. Maybe they find something. If it's not found by the aviation prior to that. In particular, I'm not sure if 2 air wing, well, not the tactical bombers, the naval ones, if 2-unit naval bombers are capable of sinking all the convoys with all the escorts. Look at stuff like this. This got sunk by the ship, and it included an escort. So maybe some sort of superior firepower is needed to sink it alongside the escorts. I don't think we care about resources anymore, do we? And as far as I can tell, supplies are also bought. So... naval engineering or practical bombers, not much either. We do care about consumer goods though, don't we? So I guess we use that guy. Leadership modifier I'm okay with. Infantry warfare. Yeah, sure. Cruiser crew training, okay. Let's skip this. We're done with that. Sure, whatever. Let's give them whatever they need. Seems like we bumped an awful lot of industrial capacity here. Oh, a few of the destroyers got hurt. We gotta be careful with that. This is where this comes from, okay. So... perfect. Yeah, that said, these got hurt a lot. The carrier group really suffered. The problem is we cannot repair these ships out of harbor, so we gotta put them back into the harbor at some point. On the other hand, being attacked all the time gives experience to the leader. I like that very much. There's a military police brigade. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright. That's good. So that means that we can build destroyers at this point. Or we just research it on 1944 level immediately. On the other hand, that's probably the better approach to do this for the capital ships. Or even the infantry and stuff. Oh, I forgot to upgrade the AA guns. Well, that will have priority right now. So, about the militia and the police brigades and stuff. There's probably a few here that do not contain anything. HQs. In this case, this is a murky militia corps. Can we attach it to them? Sure. Here we go. So now we have military police there. And the two garrisons, we can probably put them in the harbor. There's two here. There's one here now. So let's put a second one in there. That's out of range. Where's the murky one? There. And we'll do the same to this one down here. Whatever. Perfect. These bombers should probably be heard at some point. Yet another bombing. And it seems like we hit them more than they hit us. We moved them back into the harbor. Let some of the destroyers get repaired. Also, the capital ships seem to be not in perfect state anymore. So let's give them some additional strength. Get them back to a certain standard, and then we will just move out again. That's fantastic. And we researched drop tanks, which gives our fighters a much higher range. I like that. We do not have a rocket engine or rocket interceptors. Not sure if we need rocket interceptors, but we might as well, right? Where is it? Oh, it's here. Yeah, that will take a while. We'll still do the rocket stuff. Why not? We have the leadership available to us, and the efficiency is pretty high, so just due to the general bonuses here, though. This is a lot of efficiency, actually. The interceptors got busy. Oh, sitting at 0% strength. Great. I should probably change the law too. There is no reason for us to have these units available as soon as early anymore. As soon as early. As soon as possible anymore. As early as possible. Whatever. You know what I mean. So let's keep them like this for now. These seem to be American forces all of a sudden. Oh. We're starting to bomb Osaka. Well, why not? What does the national unity say? 57.1%. So they lost more or less 2% since the start of this episode. If only we had strategic bombers. That's these units down here. Okay. It's been like this since for a while now. That's a long time. I just can't seem to find out why that is though. Fantastic. So it just seems like the military police does do something. We'll move the core. There's a minor degree of partisan support in here. Could you just go back to Amerki, please? In Tarton. I should have had a look. This is another province. Where's Tarton? Not down here either. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Garrison is not in any city or something. Put it down here. I just want... well, there's nothing in Lahore though. Absolutely nothing. There is industrial capacity here. So we'll redeploy it there. But more or less, most importantly, I do not want to lose important cities to militia. So maybe we should put garrisons in the important cities to help with that. We really have enough diplomatic stuff. What's it called? Diplomatic influence. Sinkan wants additional energy. Let's give it to them. Keep it maybe too. Maybe not. How about Turkey? Oh. Yeah, this is very good. We have all the money in the world. Well, we don't, but who cares? This is fantastic. We will just buy the supplies of our neighbors. Well, okay. We wanted to. Didn't go down well. But this means that we will probably not need to produce supplies anymore, which is good. We'll just buy them. Huh. $56.6. That said, we still have a problem with the surrender progress is much too low. We gotta invade the mainland here in Japan. On the other hand, I mean, as long as this bombing campaign goes on, the estimate says it's 49%, 49 in the industrial capacity right now. They will have a hard time repairing anything. Quite on the contrary, our fleet seems to be okay. Research in rocket science, that's fine. It will help with the rocket tests and stuff. We will also need a rocket test site. We need to build one. I just skipped that entirely. Didn't feel viable or needed. Let's wait until these destroyers have been repaired and then we will send them out again. So that's in an additional 5 days. There do not seem to be... What happened down here? Naval bombers apparently stopped bombing. Why would you do that? Oh. Do some additional convoy raiding, please. Same with attacks. For some reason they finished bombing. Yeah, I will learn it at some point. We'll do some additional logistical bombing here. Really like that. So placing all of these units somewhere seems to destroy many. What the hell's going on here? You are probably not. Yeah. It seems to destroy many of the centers of revolts. We might encounter some partisans here. Maybe we should have done something like this from the start, with every territory that we conquer, in particular this one up here too. Come to think of it, we have enough forces available that don't do anything right now. So we might as well use them to try to suppress here. These militia are not good at it, but they're better than nothing. Upgrade need is more or less done. There was a bunch of tactical bombers in here. Yeah, they are on current standards now. I like that. We can stop that. Oh. Yeah, well, we need to find additional research. So, given that 1944 is around the corner, what will we start with? We can always use additional industrial production and efficiency. I think that's pretty clear. There's no reason whatsoever to research additional education at this point, but we'll do it anyway. And we will also go with supply transportation and organization. We still have problems there. There's Americans. And apparently we're fighting American carrier air groups immediately. With interceptors that still have no strength whatsoever. Not great. The airbase is big enough to repair all of the units in there though. $55.8. Airbase strike tactics. Yeah, we barely do that these days, but we might. Okay, let's do something risky. Let's try to intercept something. And try to get into some actual naval combat. We would need a rocket engine, and we got the rest for radar-guided missiles. The entire strategic rocket branch here is not that interesting to me. This though. This is very important. Yeah, I botched that. We really need those rocket test sites and stuff. Port strike tactics. We're not there yet. That's not much better. Where's our fleet? I guess they intercepted something and got hurt pretty bad. So now they're going back into the harbor. Yeah, that's a good idea. Four capital ships and 3 screeners. Well, we do have more screeners, even though they are not in a perfect state. Due to the amount of screeners, we should see better results. This is also aircraft carriers. So the screeners are pretty important. Do we have naval bombers available right now? Well, yeah. These might do a naval strike. These have no jobs whatsoever. So let's do them. Let's do a naval strike immediately. There might be somebody else here. These multi-roads apparently don't have a job. Sure, let them do a naval strike too, why not? Okay. And now let's see how this turns out. Seems like we hit them pretty hard. That's their carrier air group bombing us, not the other way around. That's us attacking the carrier air group there. I think we sank something. Yep. Well, hopefully we will get our ships back into the harbor, but it seems like we lost a destroyer and they lost 2 capital ships. I'm okay with that trade. Also, this fleet is fucked. Yeah. Hopefully they make it back into the harbor. Did you hit something? I will also put them on a move order here. Just to be sure that they don't move out immediately. Alright, those naval bombers do not need to naval strike anyone anymore. But yeah, we sank some capital ships. Some old ones maybe, but we sank some. That must hurt. And you guys can go back to raiding convoys, I think. Have fun. Wow. They got hurt pretty bad. Same as this fleet. And we lost one destroyer, I think. Well, that's not that hard. We can just reorganize this, put an additional destroyer over there, and that's it. So now the old navy is back in business. And we built an additional destroyer, I guess. Or maybe 5. Why not? $55.3. So we reduced our national unity by 3 points now. Maybe even more. Sure. Revolt risk went down overall, I think. These units are still on the way. How's the situation in Europe? Oh, this is not good. Looks like the Americans and the British together are starting to push into the lower reaches of Bulgaria. They came through Greece. And the Germans have a hard time with the Russians. Oh, also there's an additional episode of militia stuff here in France. I cannot deal with all of this though. We are busy. Which reminds me. We need a lot more ships and Air Force. In terms of air combat though, we might stand a chance to get that modifier pretty soon. Nah, forget it. Never mind, 250 air battles. Nope, not yet. That's good. That's very good. starting to see some results here. So this is the way it works actually. We need to put forces where there's underground resistance, and we need to put, ideally we want to put people with military police attached to them in there. Stuff like this might also work, but it's not perfect. It's basically conquering the hearts of the people there. I don't know. Something like this. So as a result, this garrison, for example, doesn't serve much purpose. They did, prior to destroying the resistance cell. What are the bombers down here doing? They are okay. They don't do anything anymore. So, this is a repeated occurrence at this point. They get thrown out of their bombing mission by being hurt too much, I think. They're losing all of their organization, and afterwards they have no order anymore. Which means there's too many units down here. And we do sink some convoys down here. Oh, great. Okay, I didn't expect that. Well, it says 50 points of industrial capacity. So, I don't know, it's probably not correct. When will we have strategic bombers? Basic strategic bomber in November. Yeah. Can we get those from the Germans, maybe? I know, it's a really absurd idea. Oh, assault ships. Pretty. Flying bombs. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a basic strategic bomber. This is a rocket interceptor, where you can build transport planes. Well, we have that technology. So I guess strategic bombers is something that we need to do ourselves. Now we can have tactical command structure, that's great. Well, we just did that for superior firepower anyway. I'm not sure if I want to put all of these divisions in there though. Everybody will come with military police going forward. No, I don't know. There's a damn lot of convoys going through this province. And whilst we're not sinking all of them, we're sinking a lot of them. Oh, there's some units down here. We might encounter some problems with these forces down here at some point, so I want to rely on an additional garrison here. Maybe put them to the Yunnan army, why not? Yeah, doesn't matter. This is not horrible. We do seem to get some of the repairs done. Given how close we are to 1944, I think we can start with the ships again, and then move forward to the... Well, they have 1945 technology now. But we'll start with the ships. I don't think the infantry is that important anymore. Or we can maybe focus on the important parts. So let's do all of this. Let's also do the entire bunch here. Sure, why not? Let's do this stuff. And all of this. I know, that's a lot of technologies. Still think it's reasonable though. We can also use the night fighting equipment. I like it. I might have mentioned this earlier on, it's music to my ears. Having them sing stuff all the time. I don't know how they come up with that many convoys. Well, we'll just sink all of them. Until there's none left. If that ever happens against the AI. I'm not sure, maybe it's cheating. I think we started the episode at 59%. Or 58 if I'm not mistaken. That's quite an accomplishment. Against the British, it doesn't go that well, I think. 44.2%. Well, it's something. I also have some ambitions to, for example, get Afghanistan into the Axis. Shouldn't be much of a problem. They have 2 victory points and one's a bit far away. We do have cavalry around here though. That might just run over whatever they put up with here. That would give us an additional puppet. Bordering the Soviet Union. And we might as well do the same to Persia. Persia's a bit bigger though. Not sure about that. We will have additional interceptors, it seems. Additional infrastructure, which is very important. It will not look like much at first glance. I just want to look at their current state of mind. Well, we cannot go over there. Apparently there's fleet blocking this. There we have an additional interceptor. Let's put him to Buzu. I think that was the last run for that one though. So we should have an additional industrial capacity available to us now. We're just sinking all of them. Oh, they got repaired, a little bit at least. Chile would like some energy. Sure. You can buy all of it. Well, we're just bombing all of their resources, really. They might run out of some, actually. Or not. Well, they might have run out of energy. So maybe we didn't even bomb the entirety of the industrial capacity. Maybe it's just the energy that's missing. 3.5k doesn't... That doesn't sound like much anymore. There's still not enough metal. Just like in real life with the music. Not enough metal. Well... we'll have paratroopers pretty soon. Well, the capability to build some. We're doing submarine crew training. Might as well build some subs at this point. Which reminds me... Nah, but we will not have submarines here. I don't think we need those. They're much too vulnerable in comparison to the naval bombers. And, you know... Oh, they completed one. So that means that we will move these up here. Thank you very much for building these. Can we just conquer Afghanistan, maybe? Nothing bad ever happened from just conquering Afghanistan for a second. He's not busy anymore. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at this. Xi'an, Invayan, Lingbao, Songjiang, Linru, Zhengzhou, Kaifeng, Neze, Angshan, this is all the way. This is all the way through here, I think, and then it will go down here. Trade pottery wall. Okay. This is no good. This will give him bonuses, won't it? Yeah, and with the Americans down here, perfect. This is the rest of it. And we also know how to build an airborne infantry now. Which reminds me, airborne infantry might actually be one of the possibilities to land in Japan. So let's do this. I guess we'll start with one unit. Try to build it and get it into Japanese airspace. Dropping them will probably be much faster than doing similar stuff to with an invasion. So we might not get intercepted. We also have, well, there's definitely more air superiority for us than there is, say, naval superiority. So we might have a chance to drop paratroopers into Nagasaki, for example, and then just transport our troops over there and have some staging ground there. Or over here somewhere. It doesn't matter much in any of these provinces. In particular, we can take a harbor that's undefended, if there is any. But looking at Nagasaki right now, it doesn't seem like they defend this pretty well. So, whilst a naval invasion is not a thing, we will get in, well, these ships sunk, that's for sure. We might stand a chance of dropping paratroopers in here, and then moving our troops in via transport ship. So maybe that's a plan to get rid of the Japanese finally. And looking at these victory points, these are not worth that much, but there's some here at the core. In particular Osaka, Nagoya, Tokyo, Fukushima, Sendai, all of this stuff. That's worth a lot. And we have mountaineers available, so we can fight here. I'm not sure if the Japanese can though, given that they placed all of their units on this island, trying to get into our territory. We might want to bait them into coming over, actually. Yeah, but overall I'm happy with the progress of this episode. Let's wrap this up for now. Thank you very much for watching this. In case you didn't do it just yet, there's some sort of like button and some sort of subscribe button down there. yeah. We did have some progress here in terms of disrupting their national unity. They're at 52.8 now, and the same with the British probably. $44 now. Well, we might just get rid of the Japanese prior to the British after all. Who knows? In any case, once one of the two drops out of the equation, we will have a good chance of getting rid of the other two. And then it's only the Americans. This also means that this conflict over here is to a degree meaningless. It's very meaningful to me right now from a perspective of the land grab. It's not that meaningful from a perspective of national unity. Germany is sitting at 80.1. So as long as the nations here stand a chance of fighting these, which they don't, I don't know. Russians also seem to be on the forefront. This doesn't go well. But if we disrupt national unity for the United Kingdom enough, for example, that they drop out of the entire war, well, in that case, situation might change, also in Europe and in Africa and all over the place. So maybe that's our stretch goal for the Axis. I don't know if we will accomplish this though. Probably not. So first of all, do additional house cleaning. Get rid of Japan. And then afterwards, focus on whatever's around here. And disrupt their efforts as good as we can. That's it for today. So I will see you all next time. I'm also very glad that the game didn't bug out on me, so bye!